Two American warplanes shot down over the sky of Iran, which Donald Trump just few days back claimed is safe for the American and Israeli Air Force to fly across. Now, also a chopper which was on a rescue mission was shot or fired upon, and one of the American soldiers is still missing somewhere in the Iran as such. This new development is pointing to a change in the strategy of Iran, a deadlier phase of war that it seems to have entered in. So how this all is going to impact the future of West Asia, what kind of retaliation or what kind of strategical shift we'll see as far as the America and Israel is concerned, and how and what kind of global ramifications we can expect in the future, let us try to decode this in more detail. First of all, to understand the background of this entire development, just on Friday, two US warplanes have been shot by Iranians in the Iranian airspace itself. This is a recent escalation, we can say, as far as the ongoing US versus Iran war is concerned, which started around a month back on 28th of February, when US and Israel carried out a massive strike targeting almost all the head government officers and especially Supreme Leader of Iran, Mohammad Khamenei. It is first such incidents as far as the current conflict is concerned, where American fighter jets have been shot down, completely destroyed. Now, if you look at the region where the Iranians have shot down this airplane, we can see this is the entire map of Iran. And along the Iraq border, there is a province called as Khuzestan province. So both of these fighter jets have been shot in the Khuzestan province itself. IRGC, that is the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps, they have sent their personals to search and find the American soldier who might be somewhere hidden in this province itself, and this is the region where we have seen this particular incident. Now, the we can say the fighter aircraft that was targeted by Iran is called as F-15E Strike Eagle. It is a two-seater jet. One of the seat is occupied by pilot, while other is occupied by weapons officers. Now, F-15E is one of the most important fighter aircraft that United States have in its Air Force. The total cost of a single aircraft is about $31 million. Now, as far as this particular aircraft loss is concerned, as far as the pilots and weapons officers are concerned, they have been able to eject before the fighter jet crashed. One of them have been rescued while one is still missing. Now, whether pilot was rescued or weapons officer was rescued, there is no details about this from the America. As far as the rescue is concerned, it was conducted by American Special Forces who are deployed in the West Asian region. Most probably they have come from the Iraqi air base. Now, this is the snapshot of picture that you can take of the aircraft that are moving over the Iranian airspace. Apart from F-15E Strike Eagle, the other aircraft that Iranians have targeted is A-10 Warthog. A-10 Warthog also is one of the most expensive aircraft in the American Air Force. The total cost of one piece comes out to be about $18.8 million. Now, this crashed over Kuwait. Pilot was successfully able to eject, but these two losses are one of the most significant losses that America has to incur in a foreign territory, in the foreign airspace after the Iraq war in 2004. Now, as far as the helicopter damage is concerned, two Black Hawk helicopters, which is considered as the flagship helicopter of the American Air Force, American Navy also, so they were also hit during the rescue mission. However, it is believed that despite being hit, the helicopters were able to exit the Iranian airspace and they managed to escape in the nearby countries where they might have landed safely on one of the American air bases. Apart from that also, if you look at the damages that we have seen, CH-14, if you look at this particular picture here, we can see that a CH-14 Chinook helicopter, it was hit in the Kuwait air base when Iran launched a barrage of missiles targeting almost all their bases that US has in the region. Most specifically in Bahrain, they have targeted the 5th Fleet of US, which is basically stationed there. So as you can see, these are the pictures, and to some extent of damage in the front part of helicopter we can see has been observed. Now, as far as the Iran's response and actions is concerned, it is believed by most of the experts that after death of Khamenei, the entire decision-making power has been given to IRGC or has been taken by IRGC. We can say because IRGC is one of the most important forces and players as far as the Iran's politics is concerned. So IRGC have clearly given a statement where they have said they are searching for the missing American pilot. Not only that, they also have asked help from the people of the Khuzestan province where aircraft was shot down. that there would be a reward, substantive reward actually, for capturing pilot alive. Not only that, the governor of this Khuzestan region also has stated that if any of the people, citizens, are able to capture, or even he went ahead and said that even if you are able to kill American soldiers, American pilot maybe, or weapon expert who is wandering around there, then also substantive award will be given. He also has promised that the recognition for capturing and killing enemy would be also something that government would not overlook. So this is the response of IRGC Iran. As far as the American response is concerned, White House has not released any official detailed statement related to the losses, rescue mission, or the whereabouts of the fighter pilot. Trump, on the other hand, has basically shrugged off. He has stated that loss would not affect any kind of negotiations as far as the Iran war is concerned. US will keep on pushing Iran for the deals and for the requirement that they have before any deal can be finalized, ceasefire can be announced. And he also commented that it's a war. What does it mean? It means that Trump has stated that it is a war. That's why some kind of losses, whether it is related to equipment losses, weapons losses, or even the loss of life, is something that we cannot take too much seriously as such. So that's what we can see a statement coming from White House. Strategic shift in war is something that Iran has claimed. Iran, basically the speaker of Iran's parliament has taken a dig and has stated that it seems that what US claimed to be the goal of war, that was to change the regime in Iran, to some extent we can say they have been successful, as all the early leaders have been eliminated, including supreme leader of Iran, including the main advisor of Iran as such, and even the foreign presidents. Now, it has seemed that the regime change goal has shifted to pilot hunting. He has taken it and stated that now Americans think, and Americans are thinking that please tell us where is our fighter pilot in Iran as such. It indicates a changing of ground realities. Why changing of ground realities? Because when war began, most of the American decision makers, including President Trump, might have thought that war would last maybe for a couple of days. However, now it has been dragged over a month. Today we are in the 34th day of war as such. So this basically is reflecting the changing ground realities, where Iran and Iranian administration, Iranian government seems to be having a much more stronger hold on the power as what might have been expected earlier. Now, there also is a propaganda element, because every loss that Iran, or every blows that Iran gives to the US or Israel, is counted as a kind of success in psychological operations. They are able to successfully project that they are not weak compared to America or Israel. They are also able to inflict significant damage and losses to American assets, and not only in one region but all the region. That is why you would see that in this particular war, Operation True Promise, the fourth phase which Iran has launched, they have not only targeted American assets or Israeli territory, they have most of, actually, if you look at their attacks, it has been concentrated over one country, and that country is United Arab Emirates. So it is a kind of also economic warfare that is being waged by Iran. And another dimension of this you can see is the decision taken by Iran to disrupt the oil flow, gas flow through the Strait of Hormuz as such. So to some extent, Iran also understand that militarily they are not as powerful as far as the US and Israel is concerned, but at least they have some sort of control. They have something that is the number of missiles, large number of missiles, missile launchers, drones, and that's what they are using against. So the broader war construct, again, if you try to revise briefly, 28th February is when US launched attack. Previous claims was Iran shot down multiple aircraft. Additional losses also we have seen, because if before these two aircraft losses, America also has lost a Stratotanker. It is basically a refueling aircraft that is able to fuel fighter jets flying in the airspace, so that not have to land. Apart from that, in the friendly fire incidents, several of the US fighter aircrafts were lost when Kuwaiti Air Defense took it as a kind of enemy aircraft. Casualties and impact of war has been humongous, and definitely majority of casualty has been coming from Iran itself. It is both civilian casualties as well as military and leadership casualties. But overall, it is reported that more than 1,900 plus people have lost their life. Also, because of the continuous attack carried out by Iran in the Gulf states, 24 people have lost their life. Israel official report is about 19 losses. US has lost 13 personnel who were stationed here and there in the West Asia. And overall, if you look at the key insight and message from the entire development we are seeing in the Middle East, it seems that war is intensifying and direct air losses has begun. That means if the operation continues, if the war continues, more such losses we should be expecting in the near future as such. So that's all about this particular video. If you like the video, please hit the like button, share it with your aspirants, as well as subscribe to the channel for more such content. Thank you very much.